Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm John Gray, and we're just plain living here.
John, there's not a whole lot that's plain about us living, but we are just plain living.
We're here. Yes, we are. I'll tell you what I put back there. Look over that little bunny's head behind me. Those are dead roses.
And I think, yes,
I think a dead rose has great nobility. Look at that. Now, isn't that beautiful?
Is that the first dozen roses you gave Fran?
No, they fall. You know, I give Fran roses from time to time, and whenever I'm around somebody's got roses and they get ready to throw them away, I say, "Can I have that?"
Yeah.
Some of those roses have been in that jar for 2-3 years.
There is something regal about them.
Yeah, they're very noble, very noble.
My son sends me lots of roses.
I bet he does. He was in town. He left.
He was.
I was so glad he spent a couple of minutes with us last week and
he
talked with us a little bit.
He spent time there with me by himself.
Good.
Of course, he brought his job with him.
Yeah, well, you can't get away from that as long as you have a telephone or an iPad or something.
But
your job's going to follow you.
He's a good man.
Well, he was here and gave you an early Mother's Day present just by being here.
Yes, he did.
How wonderful is that? He's a great man.
Nice. Thank you.
He really is a great man. Bart Burton for president. Mother's Day. Hey, speaking about Mother's Day, I got a couple of things I want to say about that. And one thing I remember, Peggy, that you probably don't see or hear as much now, but when we grew up, you know, you were running the roads out in the country.
Out at Gosburg, Tennessee.
You know, and of course, I lived here in Tullahoma, and kids, you know, you'd get on a bicycle and just take off. Because there wasn't any traffic in this town. There wasn't a whole lot more, there's not a whole lot more people now, but back in those days, if you had one car, you were lucky. If you had two, you were rich.
Exactly. And now everybody in the family has a car.
Everybody in the family's got a car. So kids used to just run all over town. Well, one thing you found out pretty quick is no matter what you did, if you got in trouble, by the time you got home, your mom already knew it.
They knew it in a heartbeat. You're right.
And so this little piece is better tell mom. When I was in junior high, I got into a fight. The kid was a bully, so I put out his lights. The principal did what he had to. Each lick hit like a bomb. Then he smiled and said to me, "You better tell mom." Better tell mom, she'll find out anyway. Better tell mom or there'll be hell to pay. She's had your back since your birth, and she'll be there for your best or worst, but you better tell mom. You better tell mom it's the first thing to do, no matter if it's good or bad. She'll still love you. And if she hears first from someone else, it'll get hot around home. So don't wait. You better tell mom.
You better tell mom.
Yeah, she knows. And this is, I read parts of this before. I read this before, but this is something that's dear to me. The piece is called "Mom Taught Me to Cook."
Okay.
And this is some of the things out of it. Mom was a great cook. The best thing about the kitchen was that Mom was in it. From dawn's first light until the night's last snack, Mom or her presence was there. When you opened the fridge in the middle of the night to find crustless cucumber and cream cheese sandwiches, you could feel her presence in the darkness behind you.
Sweet.
Then you'd put the four in your hand back on the plate, and on the cut glass plate, sneak one or two and rearrange the tray so the gloved-handed card-playing ladies would never know the difference. But Mom did. I found out years later that she made extra for my brother and me, but wanted us to think we'd pulled one over on her.
Yeah.
She was cool that way. She always had our happiness on the front burner, no matter which room she was in.
That's sweet. Your mother is a very important person.
Yes, yes,
I
yes.
will never forget mine.
And right here. Now, I just pulled that off at the wrong place, didn't I? Maybe not.
Maybe it's close.
Here it is. Low-Coup number 89. Hard-working, strong, smart, fun, loving, a teacher, a preacher, a nurse, a cook, a friend, one that will never give up on you, always seeking your best. Every day should be Mother's Day.
You're right. But there are a few mothers out there that don't deserve that, I got to tell you.
Well, sure. Sure, you know, for everything, you know.
And that's
for,
very sad. It's very sad. I love these people that foster children to adopt.
Yes.
That's such a special group of people. And you have to feel for those children that whose mother had it so hard herself that she doesn't know how to be a mother. That happens in life.
Well, you know, and that is what Blue Monarch is all about.
Right, it's wonderful.
And that is a
organization.
great, great organization up in on the mountain. And it is only solely for young women with children who have drug abuse problems or any kind of problem, and their children have been taken away from them.
Yeah.
And these young ladies get to go be part of Blue Monarch, and they learn
And they learn how to
to
control
be
themselves.
responsible people, and 90% of the time, I would say, don't hold me to that because I don't know, these young women get their children back.
Which is pretty amazing.
And the
that they get
children
through
learn
that.
what it's like to be in an environment that is good.
Yeah.
And where their mom's doing good and their mom's
And their mom
working.
acts like she loves
so, you know, we need to step up every way we can, because you never know when you look at someone that's less fortunate than you, where they came from to get there.
You're right. We have to have a little forgiveness, but we want to give them help. Not just forgive them and let them go, but try to move them forward is the most important thing.
Well, and you know, like I said, I wrote that piece, "Money ain't nothing but trouble. I'm gonna give all mine away." You know, the more money you got, the bigger the trouble is. And you see, a lot of people. There are a lot of homeless people that were very, very, very well respected and rich,
Right.
and it destroyed them. You know, so like I say, you never know where that other person came from.
Yeah.
To the least of them,
That's
do to the least
to
of
the
them
least of
as
them.
if you're
That's-
doing to me.
Yeah.
That's what the man said.
The man knows.
And when a man comes to town, things shape up. You know, we got a lot going on around here in Tullahoma. We just finished our fifth Purple Olympics, and I think CJ's got some video. We'll show part of it today, maybe, and show the fun that we had. And it was a good time, and everybody had good fun. Things are going on. South Jackson Civic Center.
I want to
has
ask you,
stuff
have
going
you
on.
ever in your life seen a better bass player than at the jazz concert?
Well,
Our drummer, our singer, they were
you
all
know,
fabulous.
the Alexis Cole was outstanding. I just wish that people. I don't know how many people were there. It's nowhere near
Nowhere near
what needed to be.
nowhere near
But you know
the
what
good.
she did?
Everybody there
went
loved
her
it.
show. She didn't cut anything. She did that show, and she acted like she was playing in front of 20,000 people.
I thought so.
And the bass player came from Nashville.
He was fabulous.
He looked like it almost looked like that bass was playing him.
I know.
He all but crawled up on top of
Right.
it, you know, and outstanding. And the drummer came in from New York.
He was
And Kyle
also,
Copeland, if you don't know Kyle is I call him a closet drummer. He's not so
he's
much anymore.
Kyle is a
because
fabulous
Kyle
drummer.
played for years and years and years at his home and in his
he was
garage,
gracious
and
enough
nobody
to-
even knew he
yeah.
could play. He is probably the best drummer in this town or around here.
he loaned his drums, and that was fabulous. I can't,
And had the right drums for somebody like that to come
he
sit down
did,
in
and
front
he
of.
talked to him over the phone, and he came and helped set up the drums. And
You know, I was over in Kyle's building. He has a building behind his house where he works on it. He's very talented in many ways. He's a very talented woodworker. He's a very talented artist. And I walked in there one day and I said, I bet he's got 100 cymbals in there.
oh, really?
And I said, how come you need all these cymbals? He said, every one sounds different.
Everyone is different.
There's a certain symbol for this, certain symbol for that.
Yeah.
You set up your kit. You know, you've got one specific
And that's
type.
why I wanted his drums for this drummer,
Yeah.
because I knew he'd have what he needed, and he would talk about it and, you know, make sure it was right.
Yeah. Oh heavens, yes.
And it was very gracious of him. And Noel's paintings were beautiful. Did you see all those paintings?
Yes. Noel
Clements?
and if you can get, where's Julia? Julia, Julia, I need you, Julia. I need you bad. Get a picture, get a shot of Noel Clements' painting back there. Yes, ma'am.
He has such a wide variety of paintings.
Sure.
And he
Look
sold.
at that. We showed that last week. Isn't that brilliant?
You know who bought the cows?
Our friend's daughter who just graduated from high school,
Right.
valedictorian.
Yes.
And from a school in Murfreesboro,
And
right?
her mama bought her those cows,
The
which
cows,
we all love.
they were
here for
They
a
were
long
on the
time.
wall. The four cows that looked like the Golden Girls standing in the surf down in Florida. That's a great picture. So we appreciate Noel for what he does and the talent that he
And, you know,
has.
it's amazing what we have here in this community. People think everything is in France or
No.
Great Britain
No,
or
it's
somewhere.
everywhere.
But there's art everywhere, and we're
It's
lucky to
just
have
getting it seen.
those
That's all.
people. Yeah.
That's all.
And I realized that I am not that kind of artist. I wish I was.
I'm not either.
I wish I could just pick up a brush and make things like this happen.
I'm not either. Get a pic. Show that one right there. I'm not either. That's a piece of mine right there.
And I love
call
it.
it Rise and Shine.
You are an artist.
Well, I'm a drawer. I'm artist. I don't know.
Everybody's an artist, no worries.
Yeah, everybody's art is their own, and they have a right to do it as they please.
Yeah, rise and shine. That's an angel
there's-
waking up to the universe.
Because there's freedom in art. you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
And I love that.
And it's you. So you put it out there, and somebody says, "Well, that's not what it's supposed to be." Well,
So what?
who are you to say
Who
that?
decides? Who decides?
Andy Warhol painted a chicken noodle can that's worth about $200 million right now.
And Picasso.
Is that art?
Look at Picasso. What
Yeah.
he
you
did
know,
to
so who
people's
knows?
faces.
Who knows?
I love it.
But we're glad to have all those people in our community, and looking forward to a good Mother's Day. When is now? You've got something else. You have an interview today.
With Susan Gully. She is the over tourism and cultural activities, I guess, in Middle Tennessee, maybe the state. But
Yeah.
we're going to talk about the International Folk Festival that's
in South Jackson.
at South Jackson on the 4th of June. All of you that saw it last year realize it's one of the most fascinating.
Oh, it's incredibly good.
It was a great example of what foreigners do with their dance. And I think people need to understand, I guess most of you do, that music and dance and that kind of thing and art, they're definitely an international language where everybody understands each other.
And you know what I enjoyed about it as much as anything, because I do MC work at South Jackson. I've done MC'd the country show for years. People think, oh, well, you just get up there and say something. That is a very difficult job to do.
Right.
To do right, because you need to know, like whenever we have new people on the show that we've never had before, I spend time with them and talk to
You've got
them
to
to where I
find a
know
little
them,
bit about them.
to where you can discuss them. What I enjoyed about that show was the MC, the gentleman who MC'd that show, sat over in the corner, had a podium in front of him, was brilliant.
Yes, he was.
He knew so much about the music, and he knew so
We're talking
much
about
the
the
country.
jazz concert.
Huh?
Is that what we're talking about?
The dance festival.
Oh, we were going back to last year. Okay.
Yeah, he was there last year. He was
Fabulous.
I love the
yeah.
dancing, but for me, watching him perform, because that was a performance.
That's a performance too. I've known him
Out of him.
forever.
And knows
'Cause I
the
toured with
stuff.
them.
So if you want to see that, I mean, that if you've never been, go. Oh, well, I've never seen anything like that. No, you haven't. So go. You know, there's more in this world than our little rut that we're in every
know.
day, like ants going here and there and then turning around and coming back.
Yeah, my mission in performing arts has always been to enlighten our region and state and wherever about the different forms of art that are fascinating and good for you
Shock
to
and
know.
awe.
Shock and awe. Yeah.
Shock and awe, baby. You know, so we just want to make sure that you watch that, get to that, and that'll be a good interview here in a minute. Cindy Kinney's going to be on with us.
Right.
Talking about
The mailbox and the post
mailbox
office.
food.
Yeah.
You know, you heard about mailbox money around here. Well, the post office does it all over the country, mailbox food. So
It's
we'll
a wonderful
get that
thing
done.
they do. Yeah, I don't know how they have time to do it.
And then I've got Coach Coisis coming in today to give us a breakdown on spring football in Tullahoma and how that's all going. And it's just good, folks. We're having a good time. The weather's going to be all right. Storms are staying north today. So, hey, you don't like it, hang around. It changes about every
changes,
2 hours.
right.
So with that said, we'll take a quick commercial break from our sponsors and thank them. You know, and if you would like to be a sponsor, please give me a call, 581-5238. You know, this show ships out to 7 counties, and then we also are on LightTube, and we also have our own YouTube channel. So we're worldwide, folks.
There you go.
It's only your fault if you don't get to see what we have to say. We'll be right back.
I want to invite y'all to come by Clayton's, downtown Tullahoma. We try to serve the community, the area, and we try to help people with their feet and comfortable shoes. We still measure feet. We have a great new arch mat. We have insoles. Please come see us at Clayton's and let me help you find some comfortable shoes for those achy feet.
We're gonna fit your style. We're gonna make you smile. Service and quality at Clayton Shoe Store. We're gonna fit your style.
My husband was diagnosed with a spinal infection. He lost his ability to swallow and the movement of his legs.
I couldn't turn over in bed, I couldn't walk, I couldn't eat.
They were just wonderful in the treatment and care they gave my husband.
I regained my mobility where I was able to go on.
It is miraculous.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
STEM is everywhere, like here, behind the scenes of The Walking Dead.
When we break down clothes, we tumble it with sodium phosphate, rock salt, and dish detergent.
We stitched together images of our model and created a 3D set that can be walked through in a VR headset.
We're able to turn 12 walkers into 1,000 walker boards.
STEM can create new worlds on and off the screen. What will you make with STEM? Get inspired at SheCanSTEM.com.
Hi, I'm Terry Stroop with Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration, your #1 hometown HVAC company. We offer dependable and reliable service on all your HVAC equipment. We also offer high-efficiency trained cooling units. Call us for your cooling needs. Your comfort is what we do.
It's summer, call Stroop.
Saul, how's my water quality expert? Litter is taking a holiday and going with the flow? Is that what you're saying? Oh, litter on our roadways is flowing into our waterways. Gotcha. And that's bad. Right, terrible. Please stop. Oh, okay, yeah. Go to NobodyTrashesTennessee.com to learn more. So, ladies and gentlemen.
Now let me show you what it looks like down in.
Thank you for letting me know. I'm on the set today with Cindy Kenny, and I'm so glad to see you again, Cindy.
It's nice to see you too.
I can't see you until I'm up close, but
Okay.
that's great. I believe we're all about the post office today.
Yeah, I am here to talk about Saturday, May 12th. It's always the Saturday before Mother's Day, is the National Association of Letter Carriers. It's a national food drive. So
That's wonderful.
every post office throughout the United States will be collecting food on their route from people in their community.
And what a gracious thing to do. And I think about poor things. Their car or vehicles full of mail.
Yeah, and Amazon now, so they're kind of doing double duty, and then they take the time to. They always ask that you put, their slogan is fill a bag and feed a family.
Fill a bag and feed a family. And then you have to be careful what you put in the bag. You can't just throw a cucumber in there and be done with it.
Yeah, it should be non-perishable food. And they ask that you try not to use glass.
Okay.
Because if it's a glass jar of pasta sauce or applesauce, it could break, because a lot of times they're grabbing the bag and they've got to kind of toss it, so that they can make room.
So, is this a bag of what?
This is just kind of to show. This is cereal.
Everybody loves cereal.
And that is always. There's 4 food pantries here in the community that are going to benefit from this.
Oh, good.
Food drive. It'll go to ours, Good Samaritan, First Christian Church, the Attic, and then Wesley Heights Methodist Church has a little food pantry.
And we're very grateful for that.
Oh yes, this is very helpful.
I don't think people realize how many people need this food that's collected.
Absolutely.
And so do you put in a plastic bag? Do you put in a paper bag?
One
put in
of
a box? What's the best thing?
the plastic bag like you get from your grocery store. Yeah. Some people are very kind and they get like a like a cloth bag, and then they think that people can use that afterwards,
Right. That's a good idea.
But yeah, just put in a plastic bag, and then just put a few non-perishable items in the bag and leave it at your.
Well, I was worried about
mailbox.
Peanut butter. I think everybody needs it, but it's in a glass jar.
Well, a lot of them now are plastic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Everything's going to plastic just
There's
about.
protein and
the
stuff
protein.
like that, and it's very good.
Yes.
I don't go shopping unless I get peanut butter and crackers. 'Cause I'm always looking for the famine to happen and everything to go away, and I'll have peanut butter to keep me alive.
Yeah.
And milk. I think about milk in a can.
We get some that is donated a lot, and that's good as well.
What they need, and it's amazing how many people you all feed.
Yeah.
Really.
Now, last year, because what happens is they will go ahead and say tomorrow or the next day at the post office, at the Tullahoma post office, say if for some reason you are not going to be available to leave food at your home on Saturday.
You can bring it to the post office.
You can bring it to the post office. They'll put one of their mail hampers out in the lobby, and you can bring a bag of food and drop it off in
That's
the hamper.
wonderful,
You know, and then on Saturday from 2 to 5, we're taking our Good Samaritan truck to their side parking lot, and we back it in, or actually pull it forward and open up our back, and then we have a group of, say, like 10 people, volunteers, that come, and we welcome the mail carriers as they come in, and we help them unload.
Good Samaritans do a lot of
Yeah.
good for this community.
So, but
Thank you.
yeah, thank you. But we help them unload the food, and then we put it in the back of our truck. And but we account or weigh everything that comes in so that we can give our local post office a total of how many pounds of
pounds
food
of
we
food you
collected.
actually
Like
have.
yeah, like last year we collected over 3,100 pounds, which is
Wow.
a pretty good. That's a good number.
It is a good number. 3,100 is
Yeah.
3,100. That's a lot.
Yeah, and then Monday we go ahead and we unload the truck, and then we sort everything into categories of, like, you know, vegetables and cereals and
Right.
things like that. And then
you
each,
kind of
we sort it, and then
sort
we
it.
have boxes that we go ahead and pack the food for the other food pantries who are going to share this food.
Well, that is a gracious thing to do. And I would encourage people not to put outdated stuff in the
Yeah,
bag. It needs
yeah.
to be,
That would be appreciated, you
Yeah.
know, within the date. Yes.
I mean, just because it's sitting in your pantry for 5 years. Think about the people that are getting it, and it may get a family through the summer.
Yeah, and with that coming up and school children out, you know, they're missing some of the meals.
More and more people are needing help, and this is what it's all about. But I want to thank the post office workers and you
Yes.
guys there at Good Samaritan. The fact that you're willing to do this extra work, you're already overwhelmed. Everybody has too much to do, but what a gracious event.
It is. It
How
is.
long has this been going on?
It really got, they did it a few years before, but it really got going strong and organized in 1993.
93.
So it's been over 30 years.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, yeah. And
It's an amazing gift.
it is. Yeah, it is.
There are
And,
some people, you know, that get excited about going and getting a new dress or something. Well, there's a lot of people just hoping they got a meal on the table that
Right.
night. And I just think that's a fabulous thing to do. So I urge you to, I think a cloth bag would be nice if you have
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
a lot of
that's
people have
kinda
some
nice.
just hanging around.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah,
So
that-
fill it up. And
Yeah. Yep.
they hang it on their mailbox, is that it?
Or
you set it
can,
down.
or set it down. It's always nicer if there's some way you can hang it on the mailbox,
so it's
because
easier to get.
It's easier to get, you know. And as the mail carriers are on their route, if they have to, you know, stop and reach down and pick it up.
And then you have to
that's-
be aware, if it
yeah.
is raining all day,
Well, yeah.
take it to the post office.
Take it to the post office.
And that's and you can go ahead and, when will they start taking it?
I think they'll probably put out a hamper in the main lobby, say maybe tomorrow. You
Okay.
know, and then and if you miss it, the mail carriers will still pick up, you know, the following week, like a Monday or
Right.
Tuesday the following
Okay.
week. So yeah.
So you don't
but
have
the
a good
main-
excuse.
Yeah, you got plenty. There's plenty of options here
Right.
for you, right?
And
yeah.
I realize in this day and time with so many people looking for, you know, money or food or different things, I'm mainly thinking about money when it's so simple to give food.
Right.
And people need it. Some
They
of those
do.
people don't even have a car or a horse to get on to go get the food.
Right, right.
And so all the help they can get is really
Oh, that's
appreciated.
absolutely true. Yeah.
Is that your, what is that? National.
that
I
is
see.
that's
Do y'all
the
have a
national
website you want to throw out there? I
Well,
can't read what's up there.
The national. If you go to National Association of Letter Carriers,
Okay.
you can look at that, and that is the website for the Letter Carriers Union, and then they have a pull down on the main page that talks about community service. And right now, the main community service is this food drive.
Right. I've been trying to think of a list of things that come in a box, and there's noodles that are always good.
Yeah, any kind of vegetable, canned fruit, peanut butter, soups, the canned meat like canned chicken or tuna, because that's good protein.
Sure.
You know, is very good.
So if you just think about it like, okay, I'm going to prepare a meal for a day.
Right.
Then think of what would work for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Correct.
Put it in a bag.
Uh-huh.
And off they go.
And that's it. Yeah, that's so helpful. Thank you.
I'm so proud of you, Cindy.
Oh, thank you.
You're a giving person, and a lot of people don't know who you are.
Oh, thank you.
That's such a gracious thing to do.
Well,
you know, and
it's not all me. There's many ministries that we all do the same thing. There's a lot of people behind the scenes that prop me up and do the hard work. There's so many people that I count on because if I don't have them, I can't do my job.
like everything else, it takes a village.
It takes a village.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Thank
it
you
sure
for
does.
coming, Cindy.
Oh, thank you so much.
Come back anytime.
Oh, I
We
sure
love
will.
having you.
Oh, thank
And
you.
get out there and put your food in a basket or whatever. We'll be back.
Attention, scientists, engineers, and tech wizards. Are you ready to make a difference? If so, I hope you'll join us at the High Tech Job Fair on Thursday, May 9th at the University of Tennessee Space Institute. From cyber, skilled trades, we're calling all talents to shape the future of national security and economic growth. We meet industry leaders, defense company giants, and professionals at Arnold Engineering Development Complex. Explore entry to expert positions across the region. Mark your calendars for Thursday, May 9th, and I'll see you there.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
For many senior citizens, life looks like this. But it doesn't have to. When you make your home at Parkview Senior Living, life after retirement takes on a whole new meaning. Daily exercise options, fun outings, happy hour, game nights, movies and popcorn, arts and crafts, enjoying friends over chef-prepared meals. Parkview Senior Living, where you're always home, but you're never home alone.
Hi, I'm Terry Stroop with Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration, your #1 hometown HVAC company. We offer dependable and reliable service on all your HVAC equipment. We also offer high-efficiency trained cooling units. Call us for your cooling needs. Your comfort is what we do.
It's summer, call Stroop.
So you've been meaning to do something healthy, commune with nature, get outdoors and meet new people. We have the perfect solution. Come hike with us. You can find a Tennessee Trails Association chapter near you, including Clarksville, Columbia Franklin, Highland Rim, Jackson, Knoxville, Oak Ridge, Memphis, Murfreesboro, Nashville, Plateau at Crossville, and Upper Cumberland. We're on the web at TennesseeTrails.org. It's fun, it's stress-free, and it's good for you. See you on the trails.
You know, folks, we're into golf season, tennis season. I don't know when it is. Don't care. We got basketball's over with. Baseball started. But the most important thing in the world about sports is what's going on in spring practice in high school football. The greatest loved sport there is high school football. And we've got a great coach here. Our coach, Mr. Coy Sisk, is with us today to tell us how the Wildcats are doing this spring.
Hey, we're enjoying spring so far. Guys got started late April, and we'll roll all the way into May for a little while and plan on wrapping up this week. As a matter of fact, this Thursday night, we'll have the red and white game, and we'll start at 6 o'clock. So look forward to letting those kids showcase what they've done during the off season. Real proud of this group. It's probably been 35, 40 guys that aren't in other sports, John, that are working out and doing things. And it's phenomenal what these guys have accomplished during the off season. and look forward to getting those guys back from other sports.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people don't realize is a lot of your athletes are dual sport athletes. And so it's baseball season, it's track season. So a lot of those kids that are football players don't get to participate.
You know, we always talk about how unique and special Tullahoma is. And what I think's neat about it is that Tullahoma High School, we continue to share those athletes throughout all the programs. And I'm saying probably 70% of our roster competes in other sports.
Yeah.
So we think that's really important. We encourage those guys to go do that, and we encourage them to go play another sport, to get involved with that, to understand how those guys coach, and to come back better football players in the end.
Well, and you know, a lot of times, Coy, you can look and see a big guy that was a basketball player that somebody saw on a basketball floor, and they're playing defensive end or tight end in football now at the college level or the pro level. So you never know where talent is going to be spotted.
Exactly. And we think it's important because we can get in the weight room, we can get stronger, we can teach you technique, we can do things like that. It's real hard to be that guy that bases are loaded full count.
Yeah.
That pressure situation. I'm on the free throw line, with the game in hand, you know. And so that's what we want our guys to experience, and that's why, again, a lot of high school teams right now pressure these kids, to generalize or pick one sport and stay with it all the time. Not here at Tullahoma. We want them to be able to, we want them to be able to get the full experience of high school, and we hope that they have big decisions to make on what sport they want to play at the next level.
Well, and you know, they're supposed to be kids. They're supposed to have fun with their buddies. And they've been in a town like this, and what always amazed me, and I told my son, I said, you know, after high school sports to me is the greatest place that you can ever play sports. Because you're with your buddies that were in the backyard with you from the time you were 4 or 5 years old, swinging a bat at a ball or throwing a pass to a friend. And then this town has supported youth sports greatly throughout the years. And you look, I told Jacob, I said, you might go to college and they want you to play, and the field and the stadium won't be anywhere near as good as Tullahoma High School Stadium is. But it's college.
Mm-hmm.
And your buddies are gone somewhere else, and it's a job because they're paying you to play. Well, they don't give you any money, they give you an education.
Absolutely.
That's a whole lot of money.
That's a lot of money, a lot of invested.
You know, youth sports in the home where you grow up, the old Sandlot deal, you know?
Oh, absolutely. And
you can't beat it.
And kind of what you say, you know, it helps remind some of us. People get agitated and things like that with officials and other things like that. Hey, we got to remember, it's supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
All right, and it's a game.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, this group of football players and this team that I have right now, they remind me of that. They remind me pretty much daily of how much fun it is, to be around each other, and how much fun it is just to be able to play the game.
Well, and to knock one down, knock that guy down across from you right over there, knock him down. And he gets up, and the next thing you know, he knocks you down. And then for 2 or 3 hours later, y'all knocking each other all day long. And then after it's over with, you hugging each other and saying how much fun it was.
Oh, no doubt. We had to, with the weather being as goofy as it is right now with rain, we had to keep switching back and forth. But we had to cancel practice yesterday due to rain. And you can't imagine how many of those guys, John, were like, Coach, is it really that wet out there?
Yeah.
You know, is it too wet to practice? They were so fired up to go out there and practice. But we look forward to being back out there on the field today. And like I said, wrapping it up the 9th. There.
So that will be Thursday night, this Thursday.
Yes, sir.
Starts at
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock, and all the boys will be out there playing. I guess you'll have an opportunity to go to Quarterback Club and get some food.
No doubt they'll have the concession stand fired up. We also have the Special Olympics that day.
Oh, that'll be great.
So we're going to have the Special Olympics all day long, and then hey, we'll have a football game at the end of it.
Yeah, shoot, man. You know, we used to love to go to that Special Olympics, and CJ's going to be over there and cover it, and I'll probably spend some time over there that day with that.
Hey, well, we look forward to it and hope the weather hangs out. A few other things we've got going on is coming up. Hey, everybody in Tullahoma loves those peaches that we sell that the football team gets out, and it helps one of our major fundraisers. So they'll go on sale probably the 29th of this month. So if you need some peaches, want some fresh Georgia peaches, get out and find you a Tullahoma football player, or just give me a call at the field house, and we'll make sure you get signed up to get you some.
I guess I get to talk to Birdman about that.
You get to talk to our man Birdman.
Birdman lives next door to me, and that's Logan Brewer.
Yes,
is
Logan
who that
Brewer.
is. The Brewers live next door to us, and he's a fine young man. He helps us do some stuff around the house, and I just found out today that Birdman is his nickname. So he's gonna wonder how I found that out. He ought to know.
He'll know. He'll know. Hey, and that's exactly what we like to hear from. You know, like running into people, and you've been the second person this week. All right, that has told me that a Tullahoma football player has done something special for him. You know, hey, I had a lady say that Sunday at Publix had a Tullahoma football player that unloaded her groceries for her. So that's the kind of thing that we like to hear about being a positive impact on the community, and and being respectful to everybody around us. So those are good things that we like to hear.
And with that said, I want to thank the ROTC group. We had our special Purple Olympics this weekend, and Colonel Johnson brings those young people up there, and they're part of the football program as well.
No doubt.
They do sit-ups and push-ups, and they bring in the flag and all of that. Those young people are so respectful, and they are so job driven that, you know, they want to know, what can I do exactly? How do I need to do it? Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. They don't run off. You ain't got to hunt for them. They're there. And we appreciate them. And the football team's the same way. These young people, as a team, get to make those decisions together. How are we going to be? Who are we going to be? And those special things that they do, like helping folks, that reaches way, way beyond throwing a pass and hitting a ball.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, hey, look, what we got to remember is at the end of the day, like we said a little while ago, it's a game.
It's a game.
Hey, and we're enjoying it. We're enjoying playing it. But at the end of the day, hey, what are we doing to make? How good can you be? It really doesn't matter. How good can you make the people around you? How much better and more comfortable can you make it for the people around you? So that's something right now that we're definitely preaching in Tullahoma football. And guess what? It's been being taught that way for a long time.
Yeah,
way before I got here.
Heavens, yes. Hey, I'm going to ask you a quick question here. How many return players do we have?
Quite a few. Like I said, we're going to be really junior heavy. Hey, we've got, I could rattle off a ton of names, but one of the ones I'm going to rattle off is Kanai Johnson. Hey, we're looking real forward to seeing what Kanai's capable of doing this year. Hey, he's in
We
track.
know what he's capable of doing.
Absolutely. Hey,
Will he do?
He's in
Can
track.
he step it up from what he did last year was phenomenal.
Well, I kind of got Kanai a couple of days ago. I was like, I really hope that I don't see you during spring practice. And he kind of got an odd look on his face, and that's because he's a track athlete. And I said, if I see you during football season and you've really messed up, you're not as fast as I thought you were.
Yeah, so, you need to be running in the championship race somewhere.
So we're looking for big things out of that. Looking forward to getting those guys back. Hey,
seniors, how many seniors you got coming back?
Right now we're looking at 15, 16
That's
seniors
great,
right
man.
now. A couple of guys returning that did not play with us last year and for the past couple of years. So they've come back for their senior year. I cannot say enough. And you and I talked before we came on. These guys are doing everything we're asking them to do. Hey, they're doing it with an amazing attitude and giving great effort.
Now, I saw this in the paper, but you reminded me just a minute ago before we came on stage about your team has broken 250 something?
I had 200. So we set numbers every month, and so we look at their personal records in the weight room. What's the max they're benching? What's the max they're squatting? What's the max they're power cleaning? All right. Hey, this group of 30 some odd guys, put up 246 personal records, for the month of April. All right. 246.
So they're breaking their personal records.
They're breaking their personal records pretty much weekly. And they're doing it staying healthy, and when you see them, they look different. And these guys, like I said, these guys have already set a number of 300 for the month of May. So I'm not going to doubt them at all, and we're going to keep pushing them while we're in there.
But see, that's what's so great about this team.
Mm-hmm.
They, not he.
Yes.
They set this. Mm-hmm. And somebody, I know when we were playing the year we won the state championship, one of the guys from Hohenwald or somewhere, they brought one of those teams over here, I guess in the quarters. Mm-hmm. And the guy saw him on the track before the game, and he was a radio guy who had played for that team, and then went on, and they had won the state championship, and then went on. He played at Ole Miss. And he said, "Well, who's your star?" And I said, "Star?" He said, "Yeah, you star." And I said, "Oh, star? You mean a star player?" And he said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, we had one of them last year, but it didn't work very well for us." I said, "We don't have a star. We have a team here in Tullahoma." And he just looked at me, and he said, "Huh, that's good. We have a team here in Tullahoma."
That's exactly, and like I said, that's what makes Tullahoma unique, is because the community is also part of that team.
That's right.
And it takes a lot of people on Friday night to kick off a football game and to make it right. But again, Tullahoma, a great place to be, and we're looking forward to getting back to Tullahoma.
And I can't think of
football.
anybody right now I'd rather see run out at the head of this tribe than that man right there. He is my kind of man. Coy, thank you, buddy.
Yes, sir.
And
Thank
anything you ever need, all you got to do is holler.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
I know
man?
that.
Thanks, buddy. Be safe. All right, folks, we'll be back, and don't forget, that's Thursday night.
Smoking tobacco accounts for 3 of every 10 fire deaths in the United States.
Tullahoma Fire Department needs you en route to a structure fire, 202 Main Street, heavy smoke showing. Neighbors advise child trapped inside.
Lighters, matches, and associated smoking paraphernalia are the leading cause of preschooler fire deaths. We as firefighters know that most structure fires can be prevented.
I've got one! Command, this is primary search. We have a victim. Need EMS to meet us at the front door.
Please help us to give you a fighting chance. This can be prevented. Contact the Tullahoma Fire Department for a free home safety inspection.
What's a Tennessee vacation? It starts off like any road trip, and then, boom, adventure and thrills everywhere you look, which happens to be some of the most beautiful scenery in the country. Music here, history there, and all kinds of green in between. Come relax and unwind, or bring the crowd for some stargazing, or stargazing. Whatever you do, come hungry and expect an awesome soundtrack. It's all right here in Tennessee. We're playing your song. For a free vacation guide, visit tnvacation.com.
Come on. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. 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 Woo.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size.
Yeah.
Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
Talking history about this and that. It's conversations with John and Pat. With John and Pat. with John and Pat.
Hello, everyone. I'm John Rickman, and this is Pat Welch, and we're here for the 13th installment of the Conversations with John and Pat. 13, John, and it's not going to be unlucky. You're gonna remember your song lines.
Lots of times these
We've only
words,
had one time we had trouble.
Only one song out of the number that we've done. And I just politely laid my guitar down, as you remember, and said, let's start again some other day.
It was deft the way you did that. It was really handled it well,
Well, I've
John.
been playing a long time, and I've done things like that before.
Oh, yeah. You'd practiced up.
I want to sing one about two snake doctors and a butterfly. That sounds like a real cultural type of song.
That's me and you. Cultural.
Out in the middle, feel a 2:30 with a case of shells and a bucket of brew, an empty game sack and a 12-gauge gun. Gonna shoot me doves until I get me a ton. Well, the fence rows are lined up with good old boys, shooting their guns with a terrible noise. Zoom go the birds and pow go my shots, but I only hit places where the doves are not. Well, I keep on a-shooting and my gun gets hot, but the birds that fall are not the ones I shot. For all I bring down from the sunny sky is just two snake doctors and a butterfly. Well, two snake doctors and a butterfly is all I brought down from the sunny sky. It's enough to make a grown man cry. Two snake doctors and a butterfly. Sneaking up behind us, the game warden comes, says, empty them sacks, let me see what you done. He takes one look and he howls with glee, you're the worst darn shooter that I ever did see. My wife says, honey, I'm ready to cook, but I can't find the recipe in my book. I don't know whether to bake or fry these two snake doctors and a butterfly. Well, two snake doctors and a butterfly is all I brought down from the sunny sky. It's enough to make a grown man cry. Two snake doctors and a butterfly. You know, I think we'll have to dedicate that to hunters in this community. My son Chris hunts. I know Joe Lester's a hunter. Mike Green
is Bush Toma. They've got a duck hunting club in Arkansas that it takes a whole lot of prestige to be invited into that crew.
You don't mean it.
They've got a second generation of young men going over there with them now.
Well, our church has wild game dinners, and that they invite hunters, people that come in to enjoy the wild game meals, and so there are a lot of hunters. We can't mention them all because there are just so many that do that. Frankly, I don't enjoy it that much, so I'd rather just be back at the cabin cooking the meal for whoever's hunting, I guess.
Well, you mentioned Joe Lester, and he hunts far and wide. There's a story we definitely can't tell on the air about hunting doves in Argentina, and I've seen a picture of that hunt, and there's doves stacked up like.
You don't mean?
Oh, it's incredible, and they shared it with the people there that needed food.
Is that right? It's great.
Where are we going, John?
Well, we've got a friend named George Orr that is certainly someone that all Tullahoma remembers, and he was from Chapel Hill. He was from my hometown of Chapel Hill, so
proud of it.
And proud of it. And George and I had a good relationship, and you did. He liked us because we made fun of him. We go to Rotary, and they would mention, and we have visiting today from the Morning Sunrise Club, Mr. George Orr, and everybody would boo.
The only Rotary's pretty prim and proper, and he's the only guest or club member at one time that was ever booed, but he really enjoyed it.
Yeah. He loved being booed.
Yeah.
But George is there's a picture of George sitting on his porch over there at Courtside, and Laura, in his failing years there. Laura invited Pat and Beth and Barb and my wife and myself over to have a meal with George that night. We had a great time. That was George, that particular.
And we had a fish
night.
fry from fish that came out of one of your ponds.
Yeah,
and
a little pond down at Normandy.
That had kind of a country feel that George really did. He really did enjoy that.
I remember once I gave George a mess of fish. He loved fried fish. Well, Laura was a great cook. And I put them in a bowl about like that, and when she returned that bowl, of course she had cleaned it, but there was a banana pudding in that bowl that was out of this world. But Laura was a good lady, and George a good fella. You just had to know how to take him.
Yeah, not too seriously at times, but he was a character. He, not too many segments ago, John, you talked about Bessie, the cow that you'd written about. Bessie, the cow on George's home farm when he was in high school, let him down one night, and that George played football at Chapel Hill, and I imagine this powerful built, kind of stubby like he was, he's probably a pretty good guard, and that's what he was a guard, but he would have, before practice and games, he had to go home and milk. And on a game night, Bessie was not very cooperative, and George was late getting back to the dressing area, and the coach was really upset about it, and told him to dress as fast as he could. And right before they were to go out, George still hadn't had his shoulder pads on, and for punishment, the coach made George play a first half of a high school football game with no shoulder pads. And I bet that was a real sight to see him pulling on those old single wing type plays with no face mask and no shoulder pads.
George Ower, there won't be many people like him that ever, of course he was mayor of Tullahoma.
For several terms.
We love George, and we love Laura too, and we're just glad we can mention his name.
Laura wasn't easier to love than George was, but both of them were great people.
Great couple.
And that, it looks like to me, is from the signs from the production crew. We're winding up segment 13, and John, it was not unlucky. It was a great segment, but
Yes,
it's not
sir.
the rest. It's not the end of the stories. We've got more to come as long as the P-Head people say we can do it.
Talking history about this and that. It's conversations with John and Pat, with John and Pat, with John and Pat.
The Bookshelf in Tullahoma is the fundraising arm of the Coffee County Literacy Council. Since 1988, the Literacy Council's goal and purpose has been to support and promote adult basic education in Coffee County. We enable individuals to complete their high school equivalency exam, which helps them get better jobs or continue into higher education. The Bookshelf at 114 Southwest Atlantic Street in Tullahoma is where we sell used books, which are donated to us by the community. Come see us, bring your books to donate, and join us as you find every genre of books that you can imagine.
I had a knee replacement, so they've got me in life care, which I'm very, very thankful for. I couldn't garden, I couldn't do my flower beds, I can't chase my little dogs. I have been in several therapy sessions for knees and back, and that's the best therapist I believe I've ever been to. It's tremendous because I'm able to walk again, but if it wasn't for the care, I wouldn't be where I am.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Is this the year you want to get fit? If so, check out just some of the things Tullahoma Parks and Rec has to offer. Kickboxing, aerobics, silver sneakers workouts, swim lessons, boot camp, water aerobics, basketball, Zumba, yoga, pickleball, lap swimming, treadmill, karate. Get fit, Tullahoma, and have some fun with Tullahoma Parks and Rec.
Senior Living. Active, independent senior living at its finest.
Do you love sports? Then you should know about STEM.
Because maximizing nutrition, analyzing peak muscle performance, calculating the perfect shot, and more are all made possible by science, technology, engineering, and math. In fact, there are more careers than ever in sports science. So if you have a passion for sports, then think about getting involved in STEM and improve everyone's game on and off the field. Get inspired at SheCanSTEM.com.
You're going to be so glad you tuned in for this next segment. I have with me from Murfreesboro, correct, Susan Gully, and she has a lot to do with tourism and culture and what's happening in the area.
I do.
We're sort of focusing on the International Folk Festival that is coming to Tennessee for a week in June. I believe it's the 2nd through 9th, and they're coming to Tullahoma on the 4th of June. So this definitely is a subject I'm interested in. So how long have you been involved with them, Susan?
Well, thank you for having us. I have been aware of the group for 12 years. The group, however, has been, the Cripple Creek Cloggers started 57 years ago.
57 years ago, I know.
And the Folk Festival started in Murfreesboro 42 years ago. And so I'm very new to the program, but I started last year helping out with the Treasury and helping, with planning. And
that's awesome.
I'm very glad to help.
Because every organization needs somebody that can bounce ideas off of, and I'm sure you're full of them.
I'm full of lots of ideas. So I'm an artist, I'm a vocalist, so I do a lot of things in the arts, but I'm also an organizer type of person, and so I have worked with several nonprofits that are arts related, as well as senior citizens related and disabled individuals related.
I know they're excited to have you with them.
Well, thank you. It's my pleasure. They have the plethora of wisdom, and I'm just trying to help do a few organizational tips to make sure we're set up to continue for another 42 years.
I know a few people out there probably wonder, what are they talking about? An International Folk Festival. What does that mean?
Oh, I'll be glad to tell you about that. So we have a tradition here in Tennessee of Appalachian dance.
Right.
Which is traditionally clogging. It's not something I am proficient at all, but this group called Cripple Creek Cloggers started in Kittrell, I think Kittrell Middle School back then. I'm not sure what it was called back then, but Steve Cates was the founder of that group when he was a teacher, and he is still working in his 80s with this group. And so they go around, they practice every week, they go around Middle Tennessee and other places to show Appalachian style dance.
Right.
Well, traditionally around the world, folk festivals include traditional clothing, costuming. They don't want to lose that tradition of what that was brought in their country. And so what happens is every year, except for COVID, every year we bring 3 groups from across the water.
And this year we're bringing
Czech Republic, Mexico, and United Kingdom. So it's the countries that don't have visa issues with the United States. So there's lots of countries we would love to bring.
We were supposed to have Mexico last year, and
they just had some issues and couldn't.
So now I'm thrilled that they're coming. I've been studying my Spanish.
So they come in their costumes. They bring all those beautiful costumes with them in their suitcases, and they dance their traditional dances. They have to have live musicians that come with them also.
Right.
And then we just get these 4 countries together, and we dance, and we get the audience involved, and we teach some steps. We talk about tradition, and ultimately, the more you share across the water with all of us, the more peace we can have,
the
right?
more peace,
and so that's the goal, is sharing traditions and keeping peace.
Because it's an international language. They dance. They dance.
Music
they sing,
is an international. Yes,
play
absolutely.
instruments.
And around the world, American music and movies and all that is. They may not speak English, but they know the music.
They know the music.
Yes.
And performing on the stage during these productions will be also the United States.
Yes, absolutely.
Cripple Creek
Cloggers.
I
say the Triple C. That's easier for me to say. Yes. And so what has happened is when they come for the week, we house them at Middle Tennessee,
which is very gracious of the university.
in the dorms there. So they're in the dorms together, and then we use buses, school buses, to transport everybody. And all of this is, we raise the money.
It's all volunteer.
All volunteer. We raise the money through grants or donations or whatnot. It costs about $27,000 a year to do this. And then we go to the Boys and Girls Clubs. We go to the libraries. We go to the senior citizens centers. They'll go to the Governor's School at MTSU.
That's awesome.
We go to Bell Buckle, to their community center. We're coming here.
I got that place set up.
Yeah, did you?
I love the Bell Buckle Banquet Hall.
Oh, yes.
That's
so they'll go there,
and
then
so
they'll come here. What's the name of the center they're coming to?
South Jackson Performing Arts Center.
Yes.
They come here on June the 4th.
Yes, so that's Tuesday, I think.
Yes.
And your cost is $10 a ticket?
I believe so.
To get in, which is, you know, for 4 dance troupes and live music is amazing.
Right, and if there's any reason that you can't pay for your children, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
We want you to bring your children, because to get this association with people from other nations is fabulous.
Invaluable. So
right.
And so we'll do Tullahoma on Tuesday, Bell Buckle on Thursday. Friday night we're doing Cedar Glade Brewery in Murfreesboro, and then on Saturday,
they're gonna love that.
Yeah, they will, especially Czech. So then on Saturday we're doing the music festival that Carpe Artista is a nonprofit in Smyrna, and that is called Simply Smyrna. It's 5 stages, 15 different types of bands and genres.
How wonderful!
And then we generally have about 9,000 to 10,000 people come to Smyrna for that event.
That's good.
And it's free. And so we will be able to put these festival dancers into a real festival setting. So it's going to be a great year.
I think so. I love the fact that it's growing and coming back, because I'm trying to remember when I went. I think it was in the early 80s. I toured with them.
Oh, yeah.
And went to several countries. But I was a singer. I wasn't a dancer. And it was a fabulous experience.
I'm so jealous I can't go. They're actually going to the Czech Republic
and
a few weeks after they come here.
Great.
And I would love to go, but I just started a new job and I can't go.
So you'll get to meet some of those people, and then you'll get to go back. And I'll never forget it. It was one of the most exciting periods in my life, because we were on the French Riviera, and somebody told me that there was 50,000 people gathered there, which was amazing.
Right. Well, my husband and daughter and son-in-law and I just got back from Africa, and while we were in Uganda, we got to enjoy the African dance. Matter of fact, I got on up there.
I wish we could get them over here.
Did a little step with them myself, and I was not anywhere as good as they were, but it was so much fun.
But you had as much fun as they did.
I had a ball.
And they loved watching you.
I'm sure they laughed very well. Well, I have my computer here just because I didn't want to forget anything, but since you already knew it was on Tuesday, which is awesome. If you go to the M-Borough, so M-Borough is short for Murfreesboro if you're not from around here, so mboro-international-folkfest.org. It will bring up the website. It has the whole schedule there. You can click on the different flags, and it will take you to those Facebook pages.
Right.
And you'll get to see a little bit about
their dancers.
Yeah, exactly. And one of the groups that are coming, they're called rappers, but not like we think of rappers. Yeah. They have these swords that they dance with. It's just. Oh, I'm excited.
It is exciting to watch them, the way they maneuver and with such precision.
Yes,
wow.
Exactly.
It's amazing.
I want to invite all of you to come out. If you can't come on Tuesday night, then look at the schedule, come to another place.
Right.
And if it doesn't work out this year, look around your place. Look around where you live and see what else is available for you to go experience. And especially if you're young children, bring them with you, because they need to experience that there's more to
it's invaluable
the world than our little bubble that we live in.
Exactly. I remember somebody talking about a famous performer. I don't think it was Frank Sinatra, but whoever that person was performing looked out into the audience and said, "Where are the children?" It was a very famous person. Right. And I thought to myself, that's the way it should be. Don't leave your children at home. to share in this cultural event.
Oh, my grandchildren
Fabulous.
have been going with me from day one. So we started painting when they were 1 year old. They've been to museums, you know, and you just don't stay as long. You know, their attention span is different. So you just
But
inundate
some of
them
it
as they
soaks
can.
in.
Yeah, exactly. And she now knows who Van Gogh is and Picasso, and she can tell you how to mix colors.
Sure.
And she's been to the Folk Fest twice already. So
I was thumbing through my son's material from essays he had written in college. And this, I believe, was one of the first essays, and he wrote, the subject had to be one of your favorite memories, and his favorite memory was when the family would go to see events or travel to another state and different things like that.
Yeah.
And those are, so much leaves their mind, but this stays with them.
Well, it's a feeling ingrained versus what they heard.
Exactly.
Right? And so June 4th, we said, I think is Tullahoma.
June 4th.
Right? So that's just about a month away. Go ahead and make your plans.
Go ahead and get a ticket. Susan, it was delightful having you. I hope you'll come back.
I will come back.
We'll be back with other things.
Hi, my name is Ringo, here at Barkview Senior Living. They're human-friendly. That's why I love it here, and so does my senior human. When they want a bite, they get chef-prepared meals, and so do I. Movies in the theater, day trips, walks on the trail, and other senior humans to play with. The grass and the grounds are exquisite. It's everything my human needs to be healthy and active. Barkview. A Parkview Senior Living. For your dog's best friend, you.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. Of course, it's awkward to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping. Hey, bestie, how sketch is ready? It's hard to get their attention. Ready? Go. Yes. Look at that. You even turn yours over. So if you want to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping, you got to get it trending.
No, you're doing it wrong.
Let's go.
Can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
We teach Parkinson's patients how to move big and not let the Parkinson's slow them down. I've had patients I've treated in-house that could not even stand up, could not roll over in the bed, left the facility walking with a walker, have come back to us in outpatient and continued their big program and are now completely, handling life. The success of the program is just phenomenal.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Okay. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
Hi, I'm Terry Stroop with Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration, your #1 hometown HVAC company. We offer dependable and reliable service on all your HVAC equipment. We also offer high-efficiency trained cooling units. Call us for your cooling needs. Your comfort is what we do.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, look at that hat right there. I've got my Purple Olympics hat on right there. We had the 5th Purple Olympics for Alzheimer's Tennessee this Saturday at the Tullahoma Wildcat Gym. And we had a great time, had a lot of people having a lot of fun and raising a lot of awareness about Alzheimer's and other dementias that that many of us have contact with, either in our own personal family or some friends that we know. It's a devastating disease, and we want to make Alzheimer's a memory. And our Purple Olympics is how we do that here. And so we got some video, and we're going to take you, let you have a little fun just like we did. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Alzheimer's Tennessee 5th Purple Olympics at Tullahoma High School Gymnasium. And there's the balloon arch there, and hiding over here behind it, look at there, you're going to see the Purple Olympian sticking his head out behind those balloons. It's going to be a great day today, and we're looking for a good time for a good cause.
For the Purple Olympics. We know that you're here to help make Alzheimer's a memory for families facing Alzheimer's disease and related dementias. And today is a day to look around and know that you are not alone. I'm seeing all kinds of friends, old friends, new friends, and I'm just so grateful. Thank you. Once again, we welcome members of the Tullahoma High School Band under the direction of Mr. Doug Clark. Give him a hand. We are so happy to welcome again today Major Nathan Chandler and members of the Junior ROTC. We could not do this event, or we wouldn't want to do this event without their help. They are lots of fun, they work hard, they really do a good job supporting us, and we are very grateful to the Junior ROTC. At this time, I invite at this time, may I ask you to stand while we have our invocation by the Reverend Tom Murdoch, Minister of First Christian Church, Disciples of Christ. And please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem. Thank you.
O Holy One, we come grateful that we can be surrounded by friends, by our community. As we come to this place and this day of celebration and hope, of shelter and peace. For the many people who have died from Alzheimer's disease, we pray that they are in your loving arms. For those who are now living with Alzheimer's, we pray for their dignity and their comfort and their security. For those who are on the journey as care partners and caregivers, we pray for understanding, compassion, patience, and the wisdom to practice self-care daily. For families touched by Alzheimer's, we pray for strength, courage, and unity. For those who seek the cause, cure, prevention, and treatment of Alzheimer's disease, we pray for your wisdom, your guidance, and your direction. In this place and today, we come seeking hope. We seek the strength and comfort of our neighbors, our friends, our family. We come this day to give thanks, for we know that you remember and recall us, that you know us by name, and you care, you bring us into your sheltering arms. We thank you and ask for your blessing on this day. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
display it for next year's Purple Olympics. Bearing the torch, our Reverend Tom Murdoch, Minister of First Christian Church, Disciples of Christ, who represents the clergy and lay leaders of faith communities. The next torchbearer is Mr. Ray Ellis, our mayor of the great city of Tullahoma, and he will be accompanied by his wife, First Lady of Tullahoma, Ann Noes, and our aldermen, Daniel Berry and Derek Mann. And then we have our two representatives of the Tullahoma Fire Department, and we have asked them to carry silver alert kits. The silver alert kits remind us of the over 315 silver alerts which have taken place since the silver alert went into law almost 3 years ago. We're thankful to say that over 90% of the individuals involved were returned safely. We continue to work with local law enforcement, first responders, and the TPI to help bring everybody home safely. And last but not least, we have a new support group among our activities in Alzheimer's Tennessee South Central region. And we have a group of friends who for several years have been part of our support group. They have had to say farewell to their loved ones, but they didn't want to say farewell to each other. So we now have what we call the Friendship Circle, and they meet on a quarterly basis, and we have members of the group there, and they will wind up the torch. So at this time, we will ask our wonderful musicians to play our Olympic theme again.
Raise awareness and funds for this cause. Our team is here to support this great cause, and this week, as we begin Nurses Week, we're so proud of our nurses and their families for joining us as we make a difference in our community. On behalf of the hospital, we want to thank you for supporting this event, and God bless.
Today, we look forward to making Alzheimer's a memory for families through research, education, advocacy, and we need you to help us.
I had an opportunity to greet many of you at registration. Thank you all so much for coming out today. And this is not part of the script, but I do want to thank Fran for working so hard on this. John, her husband, and really the tribe that supports this here in Tullahoma. Just so much heart because they have so much passion. And so your donations do go into helping those individuals diagnosed, their care partners, and also really helping us reach for a cure.
I do want to mention too that Janice, among other things, is a great advocate. She is a great visionary, and we are honored to be part of a team working together. We have recently moved up in our state, if you will. There has been a move to combine the Commission on Aging with the Commission on Disability, and so those two groups have joined together and are now on the cabinet of the state of Tennessee. So the Purple Star is for everyone who supports the cause and vision to make Alzheimer's a memory. You're leading the way to fulfill the vision to make Alzheimer's a memory. Your efforts shine a light on the need to invest in research and provide care until there is a cure. Purple represents the emotion of passion, and you are clearly passionate about helping Alzheimer's Tennessee support our community. The white star is for individuals living with a diagnosis with Alzheimer's or any dementia. As someone living with Alzheimer's and dementia, you are an inspiration to all of us. Your light motivates those around you to love more, care more deeply, and find ways to show our support. If you struggle, we vow to help you find peace. You will forever shine brightly in our hearts. The silver star, for those who have raised $500 or more, you shine high and encourage all of us to reach even higher to help fund services and research for Alzheimer's disease and related dementias. Thank you, Starlight, Starbright. Every dollar you raise or donate brightens everyone's future. Now, ready? You want to say it with me? Let the games begin!
All right, here's a group putting this puzzle together here. This is a timed event, and this is a medal event right here. And that's a puzzle of the state of Tennessee. Then we go over here and we're looking at the hula hoopers. There's people hula hoop and see who can hula hoop the longest. Then we've got basketball down here. We've got foul shot, free throws. We've got jump rope that we can be used to do. I got my buddy Jim Sartain, and then the lovely lady here. Yeah, there you go. Candy over here taking pictures. You got Jerry at the face painting booth. We have some Miss Tullahomas over there. And the kids zone, there's all kinds of puzzles and prizes, things that can be won here. It's the Purple Olympics, Alzheimer's Tennessee, Tullahoma branch. And here's the foul shot shooting here. See if this young man can make this shot. Of course not. I can't either, probably. All right, ladies and gentlemen, these are your medal winners from the 5th Purple Olympics in Tullahoma, Tennessee for Alzheimer's Tennessee. Give us a big wave, ladies and gentlemen. All right. All right. What about that? Alzheimer's Tennessee.
That was great.
Yeah, we have medals. We give them medals just like they do at the Olympics.
And that's the way it should be.
And then I tell you what, we had our cake and pie walk and gift walk. That is one of the funnest things about that. I love to say funnest because my wife will say that's not right.
It's a funnest word, isn't it?
You know.
Cakewalk.
We have sponsors in this town like London's and Fuel So Good and Piggy's and Mercantile Cafe and different folks. Builder Supply gives a shovel, and we do a walk like a musical chairs, right. And when the music stops, I pick a number and you win. And everybody that was there, we had enough prizes that everybody was there.
Something.
Won it. So we got to go. CJ's hollering. Thank you, folks, for watching.